Secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your
Motivation of the day. It's okay to take the time out and relax and rest. That's what I'm doing.
Activate.
Yo, this is Ludacris.
What's going on? This is Drake.
It's Tiger Young Money Zone.
It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man.
This is Big Sean.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Kanye West.
It's Jay-Z.
Yeah, this is your boy Weezy.
You're in the mix with the DJ always banging the real hip-hop. DJ
BandClap.
DJ
On that beat. Oh.
She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this wrong. She gon' do the race, just not this one. Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk, you weren't here for. You leave a trail of heartbreak and heartache like it cool. I guess way too late is convenient for you. The dirt you left don't turn into dust, it don't move. It's still waiting for you.
I wasn't born last night. I know these ain't right. But you was blowing up her phone last night, but she ain't have a ring or not her ring on last night. Oh, that's that nerve. Why give a bitch your heart when she rather have a purse? Why give a bitch an inch when she rather have 9? You know how the game goes, she be mine by halftime. I'm the oh, but that's that nerve. You all about her and she all about hers. Birdman Jr. and this bitch, no flamingos, and I done did everything but trust these.
She's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this wrong. She gon' do the race, just not this one. Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk, you weren't here for. You leave a trail of heartbreak and heartache like it cool. I guess way too late is convenient for you. The dirt you left don't turn into dust, it don't move. It's still waiting for you. Girl, you're killing me, you're tweaking all. I asked you what you feeling, you don't speak at all. But you go straight to Twitter, you gon' tweet it all. You must want another nigga to be alone. We was supposed to fight high through the storm. You made a decision, chose the easy one. Say you following your heart, but girl, you leaving one. Wanted me to take you back with open reaching on. Lost for words, let it hurt. Setting my heart on fire, setting my heart on fire. Put you first, show you your worth. Give me whatever you desire, give me whatever you desire. She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this wrong. She gon' do the race, just not this one. Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk, you weren't here for. You leave a trail of heartbreak and heartache like it cool. I guess way too late is convenient for you. The dirt you left don't turn into dust, it don't move. It's still waiting for you.
Now I ain't saying you a gold digger, you got knees. You don't wanna do the smoke, but he can't buy. You go out to eat, he can't pay, y'all can't leave. His dishes in the back, you gotta roll up your sleeves. But while y'all washing, watch him. He gon' make it to a beans out of that Datsun. He got that ambition, baby. Look at his eyes. This week he mopping floors, next week it's the fries. So stick by his side. I know his dudes ballin', and yeah, that's nice. And they gon' keep calling and trying, but you stay right, girl. And when he get on, he leave your for a white girl.
She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this wrong. She gon' do the race, just not this one. Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk, you weren't here for. You leave a trail of heartbreak and heartache like it cool. I guess way too late is convenient for you. The dirt you left don't turn into dust, it don't move. It's still waiting for you.
Yo, what is poppin'?
Before the video starts, I just want to let you all know that I give readings, just like the ones that you see every Monday on my channel. I give on point Orisha Tarot card readings for singles and also for couples. I also do natal chart consultations. My Everything is Everything reading is by far my bestseller. If you want to check out any of these services, please visit my website at www.bandclaptv.com. And also, when you go to that website and you scroll down, you will see a link to go to my shadow work class. In this time that we're in right now, shadow work is very, very important. Getting to know yourself, your inner child, really, really knowing who you are. All of these things are extremely important. And I have a very, very informative self-paced course. Shout out to Spiritual Ascension University and Melanie the Spirit Doula for allowing me to be able to give you all this very, very priceless course, if I do say so myself. So again, if you want to check these things out, go to my website, www.bandclaptv.com. All right, on with the video. Now, this is the second thing, or this is the last thing that I want to talk about before I get into breaking down the video. So then, I had to get away from Oshun because now Oya, who is the goddess of death, you know, she's a goddess of Scorpio. I'm going into my meditation. And so now, Oya is coming through. And it's like she's kind of giving me, it's like she's giving me a pop quiz about death. You know, do you remember, do you remember what I told you about death? You know, do you remember what I told you about how your mind should be before you die? Like, just give me all these. And this is stuff that consciously, you know, I don't remember, but my inner child, which is Eshu, he remembers it. He remembers it. So she was like, okay, let me give you a test. Let me give you a pop quiz. So I'm gonna do this first, and then after, I want you to do it. So I said, okay. So what Oya did was, she kind of simulated me about to die. You know, she kind of simulated in my mind a near-death experience where I was about to die. All I remember, all of a sudden, there was like this blue and white light. And it was like, as soon as I was about to die, number one, it felt like an orgasm. When you finna die, you're like, like, it's like an orgasm. So it's like, she was like, so when you're fighting for your life, it's almost like you're fighting an orgasm. You know, that's how insignificant this world really is. So all of a sudden I'm dying. I'm seeing this blue and white light, and it's like, it felt like my memory had been wiped. It felt like all my, not my memory, but all of my attachments were wiped. Like, I didn't think, it was like when as I was leaving my body, because she was simulating this, as I was leaving my body, all of the attachments to Earth that I had, one by one, it just started to go away, to the point where when I was at that level where it was time for me to cross over, I was straight. My heart was light as a feather. You know, heart light as a feather. Remember this, heart light as a feather. Remember that. Write that down somewhere. Heart light as a feather, because that's going to come back. I felt so light. Like I felt this joy. It was almost like I felt like a baby again, you know? And then she zapped me back in my body. She was like, okay, now your turn. She's like, now I'm gonna set you up with this scenario, and we're gonna see if you can truly if you truly got what it takes to cross over, like to not come back, because I've been saying for a long time, I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back. I want to finish what I'm doing, and I don't want to come back. So Oya was like, okay, so let's look at your life right now. She was like, let's look at your life right now. And then she kind of flashed back all the things that I could have been. You know, I actually could have been a basketball player. I was actually good at playing basketball when I was younger, because my uncle, he had a basketball goal, and me and him and my dad, we would just play basketball all the time. But it was some bullshit that happened during the day of basketball practice. The day of basketball practice or tryouts. The day of the basketball tryouts, I had a substitute teacher. And I got snitched on. Not snitched on, but I got blamed for something that I didn't do by one of the students. And the teacher had me doing like I forgot, like writing something 100 times or something like that. And I got in trouble. So when my dad came to pick me up, all the kids ran out. "Ooh, Mr. Freeman. Ricky got in trouble today. Mr. Freeman, come here, Mr. Freeman. Ricky got in trouble. My dad, what he did? What he did? What he did? What he did? Like, yeah. Sister, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna say Miss Jones. Miss Jones had Ricky doing write-offs. You know? And then my dad went and talked to the teacher. I ended up getting in trouble, and I never got a chance to join the basketball team. I still got my scar on my hand from when I went for a dunk, and the dude, like, I dunked because the goal was like real small because it was a kid's goal. So I dunked on the dude, but he scratched my hand. To this day, I still got that scratch on my hand. So that was something that didn't happen. I could have been a cartoonist. You know, I used to be able to draw as good as my mom, but that dream got killed. So she just started showing me all the things that I could have been. And then she went into the future. She was like, so, you know, this is what you could be. You know, she's showing the fortune. She's showing the fame. She's showing the hard work paying off. But she was like, what if I told you that today is your last day? You know, what if I told you that today is your last day, and at 12 o'clock midnight, you're going to die? And then in my mind, I started thinking about all the stuff that I would do. So I envisioned myself, you know, going to calling my parents, you know, saying I love you, like not telling them what's going to happen, but you know, saying I love you, I'm gonna miss you, like all this stuff. I even envision myself like making a YouTube video and dating it to like 12:01 a.m. I was like, if this video is still up, I am no longer with y'all, you know, and all this stuff. And so she was like, okay, you know, is that, if that's what you gonna do? And then she put me through the simulation. And I didn't make it. My heart, it almost made it. It almost made it through, but I still had some little spots. I had some little spots that I just couldn't shake it. And that's how she showed me that, yo, like, you ain't ready yet. You're not ready yet. And what I'm not ready yet is I'm not ready to die. You ain't ready to die yet, because I still had so much potential that I still feel like that I can do. And until I fulfill that, I'm always feel like there's something better, there's something more that I could have done that I didn't get a chance to do. And these are the heavy thoughts that keep you in purgatory, in this cycle of reincarnation. You know, this is what, when you look at people like Michael Jackson, when you look at people like DMX, that's why I played his song. I played his song because they did some real fuck shit with DMX on the BET Awards. Real fuck shit. And I'm gonna tell y'all. But the reason why it was so easy for people like Michael Jackson, DMX to cross over is because they lived their life and they did everything that they wanted to do. Like everything that Michael Jackson could have done, he did it and more. You know, Michael Jackson broke just about every record that the music industry has to offer. Like, what else was he here to do? You know, what else could he have done? Like Kobe, yeah, he had some other things that he could have done as far as like speaking, writing books, you know, becoming a coach maybe. But as far as like the main parts of his life, you know, in the NBA, he surpassed that. He did what he was supposed to do. You know, a lot of Virgos, they have this one thing that they do, and when they do that to the fullest, they out of here. You know, DMX, like I said, DMX, he did everything he was supposed to do. Like, you know, so when it was time for him to go, he dipped out. Now, even Tupac. Now, a lot of the gone too soon artists, because even though Tupac did a lot, there was still more that he wanted to do. So with that being said, that's why you still feel Tupac energy on Earth, to the point where you still got people thinking that he alive because his energy is still here. His energy is still here. Even with Biggie and Aaliyah gone too soon. You know, we're always gonna feel those energies here because they were never able to finish their mission. It's up to the Soul Family to finish their mission so they can cross over. You know? So that was a really, really big lesson that I learned from Oya about death, about how none of this stuff, none of these things that you feel like matter, in the grand scheme of things, it really don't matter. And I know there's probably some people in the chat that got kids and they're like, you know, what if Oya or what if the Baron come to me and say the same thing? You know, will I be able to cross over? You know, what thought should I have in my head so that I'll be able to cross over? And I said, look, you know, you got to trust that you were the best mother or you were the best father that you could be. You know, you got to trust that you got so much information. You got so much that's still here that they can partake in and they can learn about themselves just like you did. That's why being on this journey is so important, because when it's time for you to leave here, when it's time for you to transition and get up out of here, you want to be fulfilled. You want to feel fulfilled with no regrets. No regrets. You know, even if you did a lot of crazy stuff on Earth, if you die with no regrets, if you don't have no regrets when you die and your heart is lighter than a feather, you can transition. You know, it's just like you playing Grand Theft Auto and you running people over. You know, you running people over. You running from the cops. You know, you got the stars all the way up to 5 and all of that stuff. You can turn the game off. You can turn the game off and live your regular life. You know, that's the same way you are as a soul living in this body. It's the same thing. Now, I'm not saying when you cut the game back on, and you got to continue where you left off, you might have to do some jail time. Or not jail time. You might get offed by the cops, or you know, something might happen in the game, because when you paused it, and you cut it off, you was at a certain level. So I'm not saying to go out here and do some crazy stuff, like karma not gonna get you, and you got to reincarnate. You know. Cheat codes. Yep. And the cheat codes, you got to search for those. You got remember what all you had to do back in the day when San Andreas came out. Think about what all you had to do to get those cheat codes. You had to go online. You either had to print the sheet off, or you had to write it down manually. And then a lot of times when you would practice the cheat code, sometimes it didn't work. Sometimes you got the wrong information. You know, you might have the wrong cheat code, the wrong information. So now you got to search a whole bunch of websites until you find a trusted website that's going to give you the right code, you know? And then it gets to the point where you playing the game and you know that code by heart so much that you don't even gotta look at the paper no more. It's muscle memory. It's muscle memory now, you know. But what I'm saying is, this is very important. I brought up Scorpio for a reason, because the weekend, as we know, the weekend is a Scorpio moon. Beyonce is a Scorpio moon. So everything that's been going on in the media, up, down, everything that's been going on in the media, it's all connected. It's all connected. You know, everything that's been going on with Trick Daddy. Who is the father of tricks? Who is the trickster? Who is the father of tricks? You know, Eshu, the Virgo, coming out to expose not only Jay-Z, because his Virgo ascendant is what got him where he's at. You know, Biggie, him copying off of Biggie with Reasonable Doubt is what got him where he's at. He's not lying, you know. Beyonce, Virgo, Scorpio moon, you know. If you look at the degrees, if you pay attention to the degrees with Aaliyah chart, and then you put it next to Beyonce's chart, it'll pretty much shut all of these rumors and all of this stuff down for good. Because even Akasha told me, she was like, look, if I would have just lived one more year, if I would have just lived 1 or 2 more years, everything that Beyonce is doing right now in 2020, 2021, everything that she accomplished all the way up to now, Aaliyah would have did that by the time she got 25. By the time Aaliyah was like 24, 25, everything that Beyonce and Rihanna are doing, she would have been did that in her 20s. You know, you'll never be able to outwork a Virgo. Now, this is going to the Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim thing. Nicki Minaj will win that battle because she's outworked Kim. She's outworked her. It's not saying that she's a better lyricist. It's not saying that that Nicki is a better lyricist than Kim, but Nicki got more hits. She's touched more genres. You know, she works like a Virgo. Our work ethic is impeccable. You know, you'll never be able to outwork us. You might have better talent than us, You know, nobody expects Aaliyah to win a singing contest with Beyonce. But everything else, you know, Aaliyah would have been knocking off every check mark. Makeup line, got that, and it's popping. Clothing line, got that, and it's popping. Who really talking about Ivy Park? Let's be honest. Do you hear any of these ladies talking about, yeah, I'm rocking the new Ivy Park line. I'm rocking the new Ivy Park shit. Hell no. But let Aaliyah came out with a clothing line back then. Man, everybody already wanted to dress like her when she was wearing everybody else's brand. So just imagine how powerful she would have been, and she's her own entity. She was able to turn Aaliyah into a full entity where she got Aaliyah clothes, Aaliyah makeup. You got conscious movies. Let's look at the movies that Beyonce has acted in, and let's look at the movies that Aaliyah would have acted in had she been alive. The Matrix, all of us now who are coming into consciousness, and we got certain movies that we have to watch in order to be on our spiritual journey. Aaliyah would have been right there. You know, you would have been looking at The Matrix with Aaliyah in it. You know, Queen of the Damned. There was some other movies that if Aaliyah would have lived, she would have been playing in those movies. And these are like blockbusters. What was Beyonce in 2002, 2003? What? Austin Powers Gold member? Really, nigga? Really, nigga? Come on, dog. It's no contest. And this is the thing. Beyonce has worked very, very, very hard to get to where she's at. I'll never take that away from Beyonce. But Aaliyah would have just looked better. She would have just looked better. It's like Aaliyah, she's a whole vibe. You know? Beyonce, she got to that point in her career to where she's kind of locked in. You don't really see her. She don't really come out like that. She's not really personable because she's been so controlled her whole career. You know, Aaliyah was running around doing stuff. You know, she couldn't really be controlled. You know, she couldn't really be controlled like that. You know, you got so many pictures of Aaliyah. You got so many pictures of Aaliyah that I'm like, yo, she took that? Damn, I ain't seen that before. Like, she died over 20 something years ago, and there's still new stuff from Aaliyah coming out. And I bet you she got some unreleased music. I bet you she got some unreleased music in that vault that if it would have came out around 03, 04, that Dangerously in Love, it wouldn't have hit as powerful as it did had Biggie and Aaliyah still been alive. You know? So, with all of that being said, nothing that Trick Daddy said was wrong. It was just the timing, and also, just like I said, Eshu in the music media manipulation, you don't want to listen to him. You don't care about what he say because he ain't shit. And when you look at Trick Daddy, he looked like he ain't shit, and he ain't been shit for I don't know how long. You know? And we live in a society where we judge the messenger. You know? We have to judge the messenger and not the message. So you had that going on. What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I want to redirect you to my Instagram page. I don't promote my Instagram page a lot, but as my subscriber count and things like that rise due to things like shadow banning and stuff like that, I'm hearing that a lot of people aren't getting my notifications when I go live on YouTube and stuff like that. So for all things BandClap TV, my Instagram page and my story are going to have all of the notifications and things like that when it comes to when I'm going live, when I'm going, when I'm releasing videos, when I'm releasing content. Also on my Instagram page, if you're curious about my reviews for my readings and stuff like that, as you can see on my Instagram, I have a lot of different testimonials and stuff like that. For those who don't know of me as an artist, I also have videos of me performing and stuff like that. I'll be putting out more stuff like that very, very soon. So I'm just trying to get as many people right now to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That is BandClap TV. And also my Facebook and Snapchat, BandClap TV as well. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And like I always say, no matter what, you got to stay shining.